What's up everyone, this is CyberKnight, and today of course we have a ton of Yu-Gi-Oh news that has been revealed. It looks like a ton of new cards have been leaked for Extreme Force, which is the next set after Circuit Break that Japan's getting. Of course we'll get it, I guess, early next year? Something like that, I'm sure. We don't have release date just yet. And also some cards have been revealed for the next structure deck. Of course that is the Counter Fairy structure deck that Japan's getting pretty soon actually. So a couple new cards have been revealed for that, as well as the Six Samurai VJump promo card. We have the effects for it and everything too. So let's go on ahead and start going through these cards. Like I said, there's a ton to talk about, so sit back and enjoy the video. So the first one we have, of course, the first couple of cards are going to be from Extreme Force, and it is Bit Trooper, Bit Looper, or, you know, it's one of those names. We have the translations right now, so it's either going to be Bit Trooper or Bit Looper for the name. I kind of like either name on that, honestly. Anyway, it is an Earth Cyverse, level 4, 1,500 attack, 2,000 defense monster, and its effect is you can only use this card's name effect once per turn. You can send one level 2 or lower monster from your hand to the graveyard, special summon this card from your hand. So basically, it's a Cyverse monster that's easy to special summon, you know, pretty much it. It kind of reminds me of Quick Draw Synchron. Of course, it's not a tuner monster, so, you know, it's not really the same, obviously, but yeah, just an easy to summon Cyverse monster. Seems pretty cool. I just like Cyverse because they're similar to my username. It's just that simple, really. So, not much to say, but, you know, just another easy to summon monster for them, so, seems kind of cool. After that, we have Beltlink Wall Dragon. Now, this one's pretty interesting to me because I saw it in the show, and I was wondering if they would actually print it. So, of course, it's an Earth Dragon, level 6 with 0 attack and 2,100 defense. Anyway, its effect is, cannot be normal summon or set, must be special summoned by this card's effect. When you link summon a monster, you can special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, place 2 counters on this card. Neither player can link summon a link monster whose link rating is higher than the number of counters on this card. Also, only link monsters can attack. If a monster is link summoned, remove 2 counters from this card. Once per turn, during the standby phase, place 1 counter on this card. So basically, it's made to counter link monsters. I mean, that's what it does. It keeps you from being able to link summon everything, just like in the show. I mean, like Revolver was doing against Yusaku. So it is just that strategy exactly. Same with the exact card. It might be the same exact effect. I'm trying to remember how the wording was. It might be exactly the same. But yeah, just a cool card to counter different link monsters out there, different link decks. So that could be pretty interesting. I can't wait to kind of see more things like this in the future because, you know, just like with Pendulum Summoning, we saw a lot of cards to counter Pendulum Summoning. You know, same with Synchros, Xyz, you know, it's always that way. So it'll be kind of cool to see what's going to come out for Link Monsters as well. So a pretty interesting card. Like I said, I'm just happy to see it's actually coming out from the show just because I thought it was really cool. And sounds like a kind of interesting effect too. That might be pretty fun to use, or not so fun to go up against though. And then, of course, it also looks like we're getting a brand new Pendulum archetype. So, this one is Mythical Beast Jackal. It is a Dark Spellcaster Pendulum with level 1 scale of 4, 0 attack, and 1,400 defense. And then, of course, the Pendulum effect is you can only use this card's name's Pendulum effect once per turn. If you do not control another card in your Pendulum zone, you can target one face-up card you control that you can place a spell counter on, destroy this card, and if you do, place 1 spell counter on that card. Monster effect is each time a spell card is activated, place 1 spell counter on this card. When it resolves, you can remove 3 spell counters from your field, then tribute this card, special summon 1 Mythical Beast effect monster from your deck, except Mythical Beast Jackal. So basically, it's an archetype based off spell counters. So first off, I gotta say, this kind of worries me because of things like Magical Library. I mean, just think of that already, being able to draw cards over and over. I'm kind of worried if they might hit that card because of these coming out, because they're all based around spell counters. Seems pretty cool. I mean, it's interesting to see something like that. I mean, we haven't really seen too much to do with spell counters in quite a while, so I'm kind of happy to see something new for that. And seems like actually a pretty good Pendulum archetype, just from the couple of cards we see from this. I think there's only, what, 4 cards revealed. Of course, there's 2 Pendulums, and I think there's like a spell and a trap, if I remember correctly, which we'll get to those here in a second, but they all seem pretty interesting. Being able to bring out more of the Mythical Beast monsters, being able to special summon them, and just gather up spell counters to do different effects. So yeah, seems pretty cool. Then after that, we have Mythical Beast Master Cerberus. Of course, as the other monster has been revealed, Light Spellcaster Pendulum, level 8, scale of 4, 2,800 attack, and 2,800 defense. So, I don't know if this one is going to be like the boss monster of them or not. It kind of seems like it is, though. Anyway, its Pendulum effect is you can only use this card's name's Pendulum effect once per turn. If you do not control a card in your other Pendulum zone, you can destroy this card, and if you do, add 1 Mythical Beast effect monster from your deck to your hand. And then, of course, the monster effect is each time a spell card is activated, place 2 spell counters on this card when that spell card resolves. If there are 4 or more spell counters on your field, this card cannot be destroyed by card effects. Once per turn, you can remove 4 spell counters from the field, then target 1 monster your opponent controls, banish it, and if you do, this card gains attack equal to the original attack of the banished monster until the end of this turn. So again, you're dealing with spell counters and all that too, and then the more spell counters you get, the stronger this monster basically becomes. I mean, you make it so it can't be destroyed by card effects, and also removing 4 of those, you're just able to banish a monster your opponent controls and gain its attack. So just think of that. Think about, different monsters that are out there. Get rid of their link monster even, their main monster out there. So that's a really good effect at the end of it. And of course, like I said too, they're all based around, gathering up those spell counters, and also it looks like they're based around being able to search for other mythical beast monsters. So with this, I'm going to assume this is going to be the boss monster. It kind of makes sense. I mean, obviously, especially with that kind of effect. And I'm really interested to see what the rest of these cards are going to do. They look like they're going to be pretty fun. I'm definitely going to try them out. Then we also have Encode Tocker. This is going to be the card that's going to be on the front of the set. It was the one we got a picture of it earlier. I didn't make a video on that because we just had a picture of the pack, so not much to talk about. But yeah, it looks like another one of the Tocker cards. So this one, though, is a Wind Cyverse. It has 2,300 attack, link of 3, requires 2 plus Cyverse effect monsters to, of course, link summon into it. And of course, its effect is you can only use the one effect of this card's name once per turn. When this card is link summoned, you can choose a number of unused main monster zones equal to the number of monsters in the extra monster zone. Those main monster zones cannot be used while this monster remains face up. And the second part of the effect is monsters that this card points to gain 500 attack. Also, they cannot be destroyed by card effects. Yeah, I gotta say, I'm not a huge fan of this card. I'm kind of sad about that, too. When we first saw the artwork for it, I was wondering what it would be. I didn't know if it could be, one of Yusaku's main cards, which it looks like it's gonna be. And, just being another Tocker card, too, I was kind of hoping it would be a little bit better. Unfortunately, I don't really see it being that useful. I mean, I like the second part of its effect, honestly, which is, kind of funny because it's not the main part of it. Basically, being able to cut off a main monster zone, I guess, is pretty interesting. I kind of wonder what else that could lead to in the future. But other than that, the only part of its effect I really like is just being able to power up other monsters and make it so they can't be destroyed by card effects. So I still see kind of a silver lining because of that effect, but honestly, I'm not too impressed with its other effects. I mean, I can't wait to see what it's going to do with the other Tocker monsters too. I mean, Encode Tocker and Decode Tocker work really well together, and of course that means that maybe we're going to get other Tocker monsters too, different attributes, because of course Decode and Encode are, dark and light, and then of course this one is wind. So I'm hoping that means we're going to get, an attribute for each one, and maybe they're all going to work together really well in the future. I don't know, but this one, I gotta say, is a bit of a disappointment in my opinion. I mean, I do like that second effect, and I'll probably try it out just for fun with Cyverses, but it just seems like there's already a lot of better options for Link monsters out there, which it kind of seems sad once the third set, bringing out a new form of summoning, you don't really expect that to happen just yet. It seems like all the new cards are always, better than the last. Gotta say, not the case for this card. Little sad about it. Maybe it'll make more sense in the future. But other than that, I do like the artwork. He's kind of like the Hulk of the Tocker archetype, I guess, right? So, looks cool. Not a fan of the effect, though. Then after that, we also have another Link monster, which is a 3-burst shot dragon. Now this one's pretty cool. It is a dart dragon, a 2,400 attack with a link of 3, and requires 2 plus non-token monsters to link summon into it. And then, of course, its effect is once per turn when a spell or trap card or monster effect is activated during the damage step, you can negate that activation. If this card attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing battle damage to your opponent. During your main phase, except this turn this card was special summon, you contribute this card, then target 1 link 2 or lower link monster in your graveyard, special summon it, then you can special summon 1 level 4 or lower dragon monster from your hand. Yeah, I can actually see this card being very useful. Of course, instantly I think of the Bullet archetype or Rocket archetype. I don't know. I think they've changed the name now to Rockets. But either way, of course, it's a great card for them. It looks amazing. I mean, those effects too are really good. Being able to negate, spell trap cards or monster effects during the damage step, that's really good. Also doing piercing damage, which, if you don't know that, piercing battle damage means that even if the monster is in defense mode, you still take damage, when it attacks a defense position monster. It's like if it was an attack. So you still do damage on that. That's nice. And also, when you have a monster that can special summon dragon monsters, think about all the supports for dragons. I mean, that's what I always think of in Yu-Gi-Oh! Whenever there's any card that involves dragons, that's always a good thing. I mean, or a scary thing, really, if you think about it. But anyway, I mean, if it works with dragons, it's going to do well. And yeah, this is a good link monster, so definitely looking for this one. And I want to try it out with bullets, obviously, too, or like I said, rockets, or whatever we're calling them nowadays. So yeah, looking forward to that one. Then after that, we have the new field spell, of course, that Revolver used as well, and that is Fire Prison. Of course, its effects are dragon monsters on the field gain 300 defense. Neither player can attempt to link summon a link monster that has less link arrows than the total of those of the link monsters already on the field. Also, only link monsters can attack. If there are 2 or more Cyverse link monsters on the field, apply the following effects. When a Cyverse monster's activated effect resolves, negate that effect. Cyverse monsters on the field cannot attack or be targeted by attacks or effects. So, yeah, I mean, this is, again, it's another one from the show. I think it's pretty much the same effects. I don't really recall if they're slightly different or what, honestly, on this. Basically, a little bit of power up, of course, for, you know, our original card we talked about already. You know, sorry, kind of scrolling up quickly. There we go. Belt Link Wall Dragon. Don't have the name memorized, so I wanted to kind of scroll up on that. But yeah, that's the reason it does that. It combos well with that card, of course. And also, yeah, I mean, you're just doing a lockdown as well, just like what that was doing. So basically, you're locking down Cyverse monsters, like in the show, and locking down your opponent from link summoning. So yeah, again, it looks like a pretty interesting card, and I'm sure a lot of people definitely are going to want to face it in the future. And next up, we have Magical Boost. This is a card that goes along with the Magical Beast that we were talking about, the new Pendulum archetype, and it's a quick play spell card, and its effect is you can only activate one of this card's name per turn. Send the top 2 cards of your deck to the graveyard, then target one face-up card in the field that you can take place of a spell counter on, place 2 spell counters on that card. If this card in the owner's possession is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you can special summon 1 monster from your deck that can place spell counter on, and if you do, place 2 spell counters on it. So basically, this is a card that helps you place spell counters. I mean, that's what it's doing. It's helping do that as quickly as possible. Obviously, that's going to be a good thing for them. So, I mean, not much else really to say, or I don't feel like it. Afterwards, we also have a new trap card, which is Parallel Port Armor. Normal trap. Effect is target 1 link monster you control, equip it with this card. It cannot be targeted by your opponent's card effects. Also, it cannot be destroyed by battle. You can banish this card and 2 link monsters from your graveyard, then target 1 link monster you control. That monster can attack twice during each battle phase this turn. So yeah, another one from the show. I think that was pretty much the same effect from it. Just being able to, you know, make it so you can protect one of your link monsters, and also make it so a link monster can attack twice. Pretty good effects. I mean, you know, it was really good in the show, obviously, and not much else to say other than that. And again, here's another Magical Beast card. This one is Magical Burst. It is a continuous trap card. Its effect is you can only use this card's name's second effect once per turn. Each time an opponent's monster effect is activated, place 1 spell counter on this card when that effect resolves. You can send this card with 6 or more spell counters to the graveyard, add 1 spell card from your deck to your hand. So yeah, yet again, this is a card dealing with spell counters, of course, obviously on that. You gather up spell counters with it, and then also you can send this card to the graveyard when it has 6 or more spell counters, and then you're able to add a spell card from your deck to your hand. So it actually has a good searching ability with it too, and that's just any spell card, not just one for the archetype. So that kind of makes me wonder what that could lead to as well. I'm just kind of wondering what combos we're going to see, because honestly, right now, especially as late as it is right now, I can't really think of anything off the top of my head, but just having an effect that can search for a spell card, that's going to be pretty cool for them. So this seems like a good trap for them as well. Of course, like I said too, just being able to gather up spell counters, that's going to come in handy. Then afterwards, now we're moving on to the structure deck cards. And again, sorry if this video is going to be long. I want to talk about each card. Tell me in future videos if you guys want me to kind of skim over cards, or if you actually want me to talk about all the cards like I'm doing this one. I kind of figured, you know what, I have the time. Let's just talk about all of them. So, like I said, now we're to the structure deck cards. So this one, I don't know how you would say it. I guess it's just EBE. I don't know. But anyway, it is a light fairy, level 1, 500 attack, 200 defense monster. Anyway, its effect is you can only use this card's name effect once per turn. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can banish up to 2 light fairy monsters from the graveyard or field, except this card. For each monster banished this way, add 1 level 2 or lower fairy monster from your deck to your hand, except EBE. The added cards must have different names. So this is kind of interesting, really. I mean, I don't know what else you would really use it. I mean, I kind of think like Miss Shineball, maybe you would use this with, or something like that. I don't know. I don't think we have just everything revealed from that structure deck, and I'm kind of wondering if there could be like a new version of Mystic Shineball or something like that. That could be interesting, but maybe that's what that's for. But from what I know so far, I mean, I guess it's really just a way to get, you know, some level 2 light fairy monsters from your deck and add them to your hand, you know, so then you can use them later on. So I'm wondering what else that could mean. Honestly, again, I'm not really seeing the combo with it. It looks like it's going to be the ultra rare from the structure deck too. You know how usually we get 2 ultra rares and stuff. So it seems pretty interesting, and yeah, maybe the rest of the structure deck will kind of make that make sense here in a second. I don't know. I don't think we have anything, you know, from that has been revealed. Maybe we'll see something later on, though. Anyway, we also have a new continuous spell card, and that is Sanctuary of Perisheth. Anyway, of course, its effect is that this card's name is treated as Sanctuary in the sky while it's on the field or graveyard. Fairy monsters gain 300 attack and defense. Also, face-down spells and traps in the field cannot be destroyed or targeted by card effects. Once per turn, you can target 3 cards with different names in your graveyard that are counter traps and or fairy monsters. Place them on top of your deck in any order. Yikes. Seriously, that's terrifying. Okay, so first off, it's Sanctuary in the Sky, which obviously that's good for them. I kind of figured we'd get a new card for that. I still wonder if there could be a new field spell or something else. I don't think one's been revealed unless I'm forgetting something. I don't know. Life's been crazy lately, so I might be forgetting it. But anyway, just having another card that treated as that is awesome. Also, of course, you're powering up fairy monsters. That's pretty good, too. But not only that, you're protecting spells and traps, and they cannot be destroyed or targeted by card effects. Think about counter fairies. Think about all those different counter traps they have access to and everything, and they can get them back, search for them, all that stuff, and you have a card that can protect them? Yeah, I'm not looking forward to this card now. And then, not only that, once per turn, you're able to target 3 different cards with different names in your graveyard that are counter traps and or fairy monsters and place them top of your deck in any order. So you can just choose which one you're going to draw next, basically. So think about, again, all different trap cards, all different fairy monsters they have. That's actually pretty terrifying. So this card, that's, yeah, that's definitely a scary card that they're getting. Man, I know that, people that love counter fairies are very happy after this card's revealed. I know Alinthio, he has to be excited about this card and all the different cards that have been revealed in this because that's insane. And like I said, I know Alinthio will definitely be happy about this news. And then the final card from the structure deck that has been revealed in these leaks is Reincarnating Perisheth. Anyway, it is a counter trap card, and its effect is when a spell or trap card or monster effect is activated, you can reveal 1 counter trap in your hand, discard 1 card, and pay 1,000 life points. Negate that activation, and if you do, return that card to the deck. Then you can special summon 1 Perisheth monster from your deck or extra deck. So, yeah, now there's 2 cards I'm terrified about from the structure deck. Seriously, this card is another one that's definitely insane for counter fairies. Alinthio will be very happy about this one too, or I feel like he will. Anyway, yeah, I mean, you're able to just negate the activation of a spell, trap, or monster effect. Yeah, you reveal a counter trap. That's no problem for you. You have searching for days for that, so yeah, that's not a problem for you to do. Discard a card, whatever. Pay 1,000 life points, sure, you know, that's not just a terrible cost, or I don't feel like it. Then you're negating the activation of that, you return the card to the deck, and you get to special summon a perisheth monster from your deck or extra deck. That's a pretty scary counter trap card, I gotta say. Like I said, the costs I don't feel like are too much for it. You have the searching ability for counter traps, that's not a problem for them. They have that for days, then or just getting them back. Also discarding a card, whatever, and paying some life points, sure. You're getting a special summon and you're getting a negation effect. That's a scary card for them. So again, I think I'm going to be pretty terrified of counter fairies whenever the structure deck comes out. So looking forward to it in a way, but not so much because I don't want to go up against them. Well, I'll put it that way. And then, of course, last but not least, we have our brand new Six Samurai monster. Of course, this is going to be a VJump promo for Japan, so it's going to be in their magazine. No idea how we'll get it in English. It could be, like, thrown into Extreme Force or even Circuit Break, I guess. You know, I don't know. But hopefully we'll get it, I guess, sooner than later. Hopefully around the time of that new Six Samurai support. And this card is Six Samurai's True Shadow. It is a Dark Warrior level 4 effect monster with 500 attack, 2000 defense, and of course its effect is you can only use this card's name's 1 effect once per turn. When you normal or special summon a Shadow Six Samurai monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. Once per turn, you can banish 1 level 4 or lower Six Samurai monster from your graveyard. This card's attribute, level, attack, and defense become the same as the banished monsters until the end of this turn. So yeah, this card kind of seems like another Keyzon or something like that. I mean, it's a monster that is easy to bring out. I mean, of course, Six Samurai, so it's easy to bring out on that. And then also you're able to banish a level 4 lower Six Samurai monster from your graveyard. And this card gains the attribute, the level, the attack and defense, and all that from that monster too. So pretty interesting effects on that. I mean, I know a lot of people were hoping this card would be like a tuner monster, and I was kind of hoping maybe it'd be something like that too, you know, to kind of add something to it. But yeah, I mean, really, it basically just feels like another another Keyzone for them. I know I'm not like a huge like Six Samurai player, you know, I haven't really used them since they got like the Legendary Six Samurai, so it has been a while. But yeah, I mean, I don't really know if this will help them out too much or not. It kind of makes me wonder what's going to happen with Six Samurais in the future as well. But basically, with this, when I see this card, what I think of is another like Keyzone. So it's pretty cool. I mean, the artwork is freaking amazing. So I want the card for that reason. But I hope it will be pretty helpful for them. Again, I'm not really seeing what could be really useful about it at the moment. But basically, just another Six Samurai that's easy to bring out on the field. So other than that, I can't really think of anything else because I hadn't used Six Samurais in a while. But if you guys have any ideas, I would love to know in the comments. And yeah, that's everything. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I know it is an extremely long video. I'm sorry about that. I don't know if you guys prefer videos like this, or maybe you just want me to kind of skim through this news. I kind of figured, though, you guys might prefer me just talk about all of it. So, you know, just let me know in the comments down below if you, which kind of video you prefer in the future. For me though, I mean, I kind of like just talking about all these cards just because there's a lot to talk about, and I feel like just about everything was pretty notable from this. I mean, seriously, Counter Fairies are getting some awesome support. We're getting these new Mythical Beast cards, which I gotta say, I'm pretty interested into trying them out. Of course, you know, seeing a new Pendulum archetype, it's kind of surprising. A new Six Samurai card too, I mean, that's pretty awesome. Just seeing some new support for an older archetype is always cool. And also, I'm interested to see what's going to happen with Belt Link Wall Dragon, just because I thought it was really cool when I saw it in the show, and, you know, just seeing some kind of counter Link monsters, or Link cards, I should say, sounds pretty awesome. So, can't wait to see what else is going to happen on that. But, again, let me know what you guys think about all these cards in the comments. Do you like some of these? Do you not like some of these? Do you think some of them are just awful? Or are you thinking some of these are broken and stuff, too? I want to know your opinions on this, and what cards you guys most excited about. So let me know about that in the comments down below. Of course, as always, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to hit that like button, of course, you enjoyed this video. And again, give me some feedback if you guys want me to make longer videos like this when there's a lot of news and just talk about everything in one video, or, you know, at least like talk about all these effects like this, or should I kind of space it out, or just kind of skim through it even. Just let me know, because I would really enjoy hearing that feedback. But as always, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe for more Yu-Gi-Oh! News videos and other things too. And of course, when all these cards are out, I'll do openings on them, so subscribe for that too. And I will catch you guys later. See ya.